Hey everybody, Sarah here to introduce a new video series to you guys that we're going to be doing over the next several weeks, discussing some of the lies that singles believe. Well, you could obviously tell that from the title of this video, but we definitely have allowed Satan and society to mold the way that we view our singleness for far too long. So we just wanted to debunk some of those lies with these videos in hopes that it will encourage you and to give you some scriptures to fight back with when those lies come to you. So definitely with the emphasis that our society has placed on marriage as the greatest achievement in life, a lot of singles have believed marriage to be this means of contentment or satisfaction. And with that, we have begun to view singleness as a season to despise and a season to get over with as quickly as possible. And when you think like that, you're gonna be discontent in this season. And of course, we can experience discontentment in other areas as well. School, work, finances, just overall just being discontent in the season that God has us in right now. And I've definitely battled discontentment, and I've even been discontent recently. And of course, we're bound to get discontent in the season that God has us in when we're more focused on Him not doing what we want Him to do, how we want Him to do it, and when we want Him to do it, versus being focusing on what He is doing in our lives right now. So when I think about discontentment, I always immediately think about Genesis 16, the story of Sarai, aka Sarah, and how she was more focused on what God wasn't doing in her life that she wanted Him to do, and her unfulfilled desires to have a child, that she took matters into her own hands and ran ahead of God and ended up regretting her decision. We all know the story, but she ended up having to live with those consequences, and we end up doing the same thing. We think that God has forgotten about us, that He's moving too slow, that we're missing out on something, or that He's holding out on us based on what society or even our emotions are saying to us, and that we'll take matters into our own hands and we'll run ahead of God, jump into a relationship that we shouldn't be in and settle just so we can be in a relationship, or we'll accept the first job offer that comes our way that God didn't tell us to take, and we'll end up hating the new one more than we did the last one. And we do all of that as a way to find contentment, but you never do, because we're looking for contentment in the wrong place. And if you can't be content in the season God has you in right now, you won't be content when you get what you think that you want. So I want to challenge you all, and even myself, with these questions that I thought about, and that is, when you experience discontentment, ask yourself, what am I focusing on? Am I focusing more on the fact that God's not doing what I want Him to do, how I want Him to do it, and when I want Him to do it? Am I being ungrateful for what He is doing in my life right now? So, see, Paul was able to achieve contentment in whatever situation he was in because he was focused on Christ. He had his eye on the prize, as we see in Philippians 3 and 8. He understood that his contentment wasn't found in external circumstances, but in the beauty and the treasure in knowing Christ and placing his faith in Him alone. So basically, contentment is just a matter of where we place our focus and where we place our faith. So it's just 3 points that I want to leave with you guys, and how to defeat discontentment. And the first one is to fix your focus on Christ by meditating on scriptures. Some of the scriptures that I've meditated on were Philippians 4 and 8, Colossians 3 and 2, Psalms 84 and 11, Psalms 16 and 11, John 6:35, and Matthew 5:6. And the second point is to have faith in Jesus and believe that He is who He says that He is, and that He will do what He says that He will do, and that He alone is enough. And the last one is to have somebody in your life, whether that's a friend, a family member, or the person discipling you, to encourage you when you're having those moments of discontentment, to give you scriptures and different things to speak into your life. So hopefully that video was helpful to somebody and encourages you, because it was definitely helpful to me. So until next time.